All right, we're here for another episode in the sheds. I'm here with Big Dan. Mate, how are you?
Not too bad, mate. Yourself?
Mate, pretty well, thank you. Mate, cheers for the invite. Come down to this shed. This is
good.
Not what I was expecting. A few more toys here.
Yeah, it's a bit full.
You're a collector?
Yeah, hoarder maybe.
I feel like these are toys that you'd like to hoard.
Yeah, old HSVs, stuff like that.
Sure.
That's my jam.
Which one's the favourite in here?
Mate, Uncivil.
Sure.
I've had Uncivil for probably 10 plus years.
Yep.
It's had about 5 or 6 motor combos,
Yep.
gearbox combos, rear ends, that kind of thing.
And gets down on the street?
Mate, yeah.
Everywhere.
It's gotten down on the street, every combo it's had.
Now, mate, what's been happening in 2024 for you?
Man, bit of a quiet year. Took the clubby out a couple of times,
Yep.
did a bit of racing, heard a couple of gearboxes, which is pretty much the norm for old heavy there. It's a yearly experience with Jamboree for me.
Sure. How do you stop that?
Either cut it up and make it not a street car or
Yep.
move on to something a little bit more lighter, a little bit more purpose built.
I feel like you've done that.
Yeah, the Mustangs, that's where that's at.
Why the Mustang platform, brother?
Bro, to be honest, always loved the look of an S550,
Yep.
aluminium chassis, that
Yep.
kind of thing. I went out and bought a white written off one, had it here, took it down to the boys at Spot On and said, hey, what can we do with it?
Yep.
And they said, bro, it's gonna take like 2 or 3 years to build what you want to build.
Sure.
And a lot of dollars,
Yeah.
you know.
It's always better to buy something that's done then.
Bro, to be honest, and he said, hey, give me 5, let me make some phone calls. He
Yep.
said, hey, there's Profab's Mustangs up for sale,
Yep.
bro, let's make it happen.
He's good like that, eh?
Yep. So yeah, backwards and forwards with Joe from Profab for
Yep.
a couple of months, and
Yep.
we come to an agreement for a shell, and
Yep.
down to Wollongong we went.
Do you know if he's got his car back or what's the go? Like,
So as far as I'm aware, his current Mustang,
Yep.
he has straighted it back out.
Yep.
It's back together, sort of thing.
there was no call to you going, mate, I want to potentially buy it
Oh,
back? Or?
look, we had a little chat
Okay.
at Kenda. So yeah, he's got first dibs if I go to sell it.
Yeah, okay, cool. Now, brother, what got you into drag racing or racing in general?
Man, to be honest, I've always been into cars and kicking it on the street.
Yeah. What was
And
your first car?
My first car was an AU Falcon.
Oh,
Silver Forte wagon,
Yes.
Series 3.
did
Yeah.
it sound like how the guys that make them sound now and ding, ding, ding on the limiter?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah,
Yeah.
Well, I didn't even have a license at the time, but yeah.
Did you drive it like they do?
Look, I'm not as talented as a wheelman. We'll put it that way, but you know, it did its job.
And what got you into it? Just always been around cars?
Always been around cars, love cars,
Yeah.
watching guys on the street. You
Yeah.
know, being that kid that wanted to see burnouts and that kind of thing, and then just slowly progressed over the years.
What was the first toughie?
First V8 I ever had,
Yep.
a VSSV Ute.
Oof, yep.
You know, cam, 400 horsepower, but
Locker.
no.
Yep. Still sensible.
Still relatively sensible, and
sure.
that was probably back 2011.
Now, you said first V8. What was before that could potentially have been
So
a tough?
before that, I had a 300 horsepower, 4.2 GU Patrol, 37s,
Oh, yeah.
roll cage, big
That's
tray,
cool.
all that kind of stuff.
But that's cool.
Yeah, big front mount, like
Yeah.
all the goodies, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah, yeah.
But had a kid, Ute was
Sure.
no longer practical.
Yep.
Came home with another Ute, got my ass kicked.
Fair.
So,
the boss has said get rid of it. Get a family car.
Well, I kept it for a little while,
Yeah.
and for me, cars kind of come and go. Like,
Yeah.
you know, it's not unusual for me to buy and sell like 10 cars a year. And
Yeah. How did you get into going to the Spot On, brother? What was the first car you took down there?
So the Clubby
That was it.
was
Yep,
the one,
yep.
man.
You've had this for a while.
Yep. So I went down to them probably early 2020, late 2019, and
Yep.
said, "Hey, I want to take it to the next level.
100%.
I want a big rear end. I want to be cool. You know, I want to.
Yeah.
I want to run 10s." And Andy goes, "Bro, what you're talking about is not running 10s."
No way.
You know, so
This is run bottom 8s, 7s.
yeah, so mid 8s.
Yep.
Mid 8s. There's a couple of things holding us back at the moment. One,
Yep.
still running an alloy block, so we're pushing 20 pound, 22 pound of boost through an
Yep.
alloy block. It's not
Not ideal.
It's not ideal.
No.
And she's heavy, man.
What at 4,000 you were saying?
4,100 with me in it.
But you're only 60 kilos.
Bro, just over.
Yeah.
I'm working on trimming down to 60, but
wait.
yeah. But however, on the street, man, that weight works for me
100%.
all the time.
Yeah. I remember that night we were out in that closed road in Mexico. We did that prep stuff, and man,
Yep.
this thing was working.
Yeah, so I think we did 2 of those.
Yep.
Come up, got to the finals in
Yeah,
one of them.
yeah.
But at the
Wasn't
time,
big.
I was still trying to get used to boost control and how to tune stuff
Yeah.
and do all that kind of stuff. And
Instead of just right foot.
it's easy to right foot, and I think that's the first time I came out to one of those. It was just power skids off the line
I'm pretty sure
every
you did
time.
the whole track.
Pretty much, yeah. I got in trouble because I didn't let out.
Now, mate, Christmas time, you got a bit of time off with work and stuff, or
Yeah, a couple of weeks off.
Yeah.
Yep. So
What do you get to do?
tinkering around in the sheds.
This is the spare time.
That's it. The missus always jokes, you know, what car are you buying at Christmas when you get bored?
Have you got like the free reign to do whatever you want, or is she sort of tight?
She's good, man.
How good is that?
Yep.
So what's next then?
Don't know. Been playing around with this S14 behind me.
We're going to have a look at that in a minute, man. That what's the go with that? You just decided to buy a drift car?
It was about this time last year.
Yeah.
I had an LSA motor that I couldn't sell.
Yeah.
I thought, well, what can we put it in?
Do you plan on do some drifting in it, or?
Look, I'm going to give it a crack.
Sure.
I'm not like I said, I'm not no pro drifter, no wheelman. Driving straight's a lot different to going sideways.
100%.
But look, if I can take it out to some toughy days and
Yep.
you know,
skid it, not worry.
bang some tyres on it,
Yep.
do some power skids, go
Yep.
around some corners, I'll be happy, to be honest.
Nice.
Just something you don't have to care about, that you can just, you know, go for gold.
And power plant, LSA.
LSA,
Yeah, what's done to it?
cam, stock boost, that
Yeah.
kind of thing.
What, 500, 600?
550.
Perfect. There's probably
Yep.
heaps to drift on.
Yeah, don't even need to use a clutch.
Yeah, sure. And street registered or nah?
Nah.
Nah, okay.
Nah, it's tube front, tube rear.
Yeah.
Could be if
Could
we
be,
squint,
yeah.
if we squint really hard.
Yeah,
I can
sure.
get a roadworthy
Yeah.
for it.
Yeah. Yeah, one of those phonies, just...
Yeah, you know the drill.
Yeah, 100%. Now, mate, what's the funnest car that you've got here?
Look, I'm gonna say the clubby.
Just because there's so many memories in it?
Yeah, man. Like, doesn't matter. You take it to the track, you take it to the street.
Yeah.
You know, I remember when my last child was born. Put him in the back. We still got an anchor point in it.
Yeah. Wow.
He would come around to the car meets and stuff with us in his baby capsule in
Yeah.
the middle seat, cruising around.
Yeah.
He'd be crying his eyes out. You put him in that, start the car quiet.
Fall asleep sometimes or no?
Yep.
How do
Happy
kids
days.
do that, man?
Bro, just the noise, the shaking.
A friend of mine's got a
like,
rotary, same thing. Stuffs a kid in the back, bam,
Yep.
sleeps.
Everyone's like, "What are you doing, bro? Like, you can't be doing that." And you're like, "Man,
Yeah.
it works."
Kids love it, kids love it. You reckon they'll be petrol heads?
Yeah, no.
Have they got a favourite car that's in here?
The oldest one is this one.
Yeah. So you'll hand it on, you reckon, or nah?
Yeah, that'll never get sold. If anything were to happen to it, if it got crashed, whatever, it should be hanging from the roof.
Sure. Still space.
There's,
You probably
there's
get a
enough
couple
room.
of that. Yeah.
We'll make room,
Sure.
build another shed.
Brother, coming up in 2025, what is going to be happening for you, man?
Bro, we're gonna get the Mustang on the road, man.
Yep. So what's the goal with that?
So basically, it's a 481X, twin GD57s.
Yep.
We've got Turbo 400 on its way from America at the moment.
Yep. Mark Mickey deal.
Mark Mickey deal.
Yep. How easy are they to deal with?
Man, Mark Mickey's good.
Yep.
The boys, Andy, Danny,
Yep.
Con from Wollongong,
Yep.
they all helped out getting that shit sorted.
Yep.
Obviously, it's a bit of a new era for me going from this to
Yep.
essentially what would be a pro mod, you know.
It is. Yeah. Let's be real.
Really, like,
Yep.
it's factory dimensions, it's a factory looking car, but
Yep.
it's carbon fiber, twin tube chassis, it's just not street car.
And the goal, time-wise, what's the ultimate with it, man?
Look, it's best times the 580
Yep.
and 380 over the 8.
Wow.
If I can get low sixes,
Yep.
I'll be happy.
And consistent.
Consistent.
Yep.
Yeah, if I can go
Yep.
620s, 630s,
580. How many mile an hour?
252.
Man, that's hauling the mail.
That's a lot. The plan is to have it back together for, I'm not going to make the first round of Kendar, but
Yep.
if we can go second or third,
Yep.
be 100% ready for Jambo.
And Outlaw 275, or what's the plan?
Yeah, look, I think Outlaw's the
That's where everyone is.
that's where it's at.
Yeah,
You know?
I think that's the best field. There's so many. I mean, all the spot-on family are racing that for one, but
That's it.
I think it's the most competitive category.
And at the moment, man, it's really competitive. There's
Yeah.
a lot of fast cars getting down, such as yourself, Andy,
A lot of fast
Danny.
cars coming out. So
This year, there's a few fast cars coming into the mix, so it'll be really interesting to see what happens.
yeah, it'll be so nice to just imagine that like a spot-on final, and just every round you go, it's a spot-on final.
Mate, there might be some conjecture back in the sheds about who's helping who and what laptops get thrown out where, but
Yeah, but as long as someone wins, who cares?
that's it, man.
100%.
Everyone helps each other out. That's the whole point of it.
Can I ask, so if we do line up in the lanes, you've got to give me a head start at least, but come on, man.
Oh, come on, I'll leave in second.
Perfect, done. You're probably still 2 seconds trans brake
Yeah,
second.
pretty much,
So you still be gone.
Yeah, but it makes you feel better,
Yeah,
right?
cheers. I'll take it.
Come on, man. You got a bit more. You've got a few good laps under your belt now.
The
and you're
car's going
starting to work
forwards,
on it, you know?
so instead of going backwards now, I feel is good. So now we just got to try to get after it earlier. Obviously, you know how it is, man. It's just a
seat
tedious
time,
process.
bro. Seat time.
100%. But I'm excited to get out 2025. Should be good.
Yep.
A lot of fast cars and stuff. So, mate, can we have a look around at some of these things?
Yeah, bro.
Tell us about them while we're having a bit of a squeeze around. Hey,
Yep.
what's this first one here, mate?
Yeah, this is just a stocker. It's the wife's VZ Senator. I bought this to flip it, put some Calais taillights in it, low Ks, and I got told no.
No. Yep.
It's mine,
Okay.
and so I left it at that,
Yep.
so I could keep going and playing with some other stuff.
Yep.
Obviously the clubby, it's
This is the baby.
this is the baby, man.
And how did you come up with the plates uncivil?
I like to be a little bit uncivil sometimes.
Yeah. Immaculate, isn't it?
416 cube,
Yeah.
5082 Garrett, steel alloy block, rods, pistons, crank,
Yeah.
all the usual stuff.
Just the attention to detail in it, eh? I remember when this was getting built, man, I kept looking at it down at the shop when I was doing my VE, and I was like, man, this is tidy.
We redid the firewall,
Yep.
the infill panels, everything like that. Put a lot of effort into it, and the boys
Yep.
down at Spot On did a good job on it. I got a lot of shit for cutting up a genuine R8, but at the end of the day, man, it's my car. I don't
Palm,
care.
you do whatever you want, yep.
You know?
And the wheels that are on it?
They are Elite X's RC comps, 15 by 10 rears, just usually run a 275, double bead lock. Interior's got a full back seat. It's obviously tubbed, 9-inch.
Oh, I love that. Can we have a look in there?
Yeah, man.
Just
Cage,
the
CO2.
The finish of it is incredible, hey? Like, you think for a street/race car to be a bit, how you going, but
The whole-
that's show car
Yeah.
quality.
My description to Andy was, we got to go through the Macca's drive-through. If it doesn't go through the Macca's drive-through, we're not doing it. Everything's got to be under the bonnet. It's got to go through the drive-through.
100%. And have you gone through the drive-through?
Yeah.
So immaculate. Now, this is the one I'm keen to see.
So it's not finished yet. Still got a
Should we
bit of
show
work
it
to
or
go.
no?
Oh, look, we may as well. It's not.
Okay.
I'm not keeping any big secrets. A lot of people know I have it. Some
Yep.
people know I don't.
Yep.
I wasn't originally going to go this power plant, but the right deal popped up, and it is what it is.
All right, we'll show them. We'll show them. This is it. Tell us a little bit about it, mate.
So twin tube chassis,
Yep.
2017 Mustang originally.
Yep.
Been converted to left-hand drive, carbon doors, boot, floors, Proline 481X,
Yep.
twin Garretts, four-way adjustable Mensa shocks all around. There's a Mark Mickey deal coming from America at the moment. Electro motion,
Yep.
fire suppression, all the good stuff.
It's like, this is ready to go. Full drag car.
Proven drag car,
Yeah.
man.
And the colour,
So I didn't want it to be Joe's car when I went back out.
Yes.
So we wrapped it in like a Havana brown. So it kind of looks like a bit of a murky kind of brown. And when
Yep.
you get it out in the sun, it's got like a real orange pop to it.
Definitely pops.
Just something a little bit different, you know?
Yep.
There's not too many brown cars out there. And if we don't like it, we rip it off when we rewrap it, man.
and full carbon fibre inside.
Carbon fibre floors, doors are carbon fibre, doors weigh nothing.
Literally, I just opened that then, there's nothing in that. No Macca's runs in this one?
Yeah, look, I don't know how many passes that'd chew up for me.
You literally, especially if the drive-through's slow.
I might get some noise complaints.
Imagine leaving on the chip part. Place your order, please. Drrrr.
But yeah, so I'm really keen to get this out.
Yep.
Like I said, once this gearbox turns up, it'll be going back to Spot On for them to put it in,
Yep.
start mounting all our sensors and everything, then off to
100%.
Big Ash to get the wiring done and
Yep.
hit the dyno.
Sure. And anyone on board helping out with the car, apart from just the usual guys?
Right, at the moment, just doing it out of my own pocket.
Yeah.
So,
How good. So if anyone's wanting to sponsor a race car,
yeah, hit us up.
Yep,
Hit
yep.
us up. There's some sticker spaces.
let's go. Now this one here, mate, the red rocket, this is the drift car.
This is the drift car. Like I said, can't drift, but
So a good car to learn in, but
good chassis.
yes.
I bought it, already had all the lock arms and
Yep.
had all the stuff in it.
Looks like the back wheels have copped a bit of a flogging already.
Yeah, look, it didn't need to be perfect because let's face it, that's that's how it's going to end up.
Yep.
I said we put the LSA in it, we did the exhaust. Now this
Yep.
is no Spot On fabrication welding. It's Struggle Street shed welding. So
I feel like Struggle Street's not really struggling.
look, everyone's struggling in their own way.
Yeah, amen to that. The struggle is real.
Makes 550.
Yep.
You know, you just roll the power on, rise the tires.
Have a bit of fun. And the best bit about this, bro, you've got built-in fans.
Yeah, man, you got to have aircon. Come on, like,
That's
you
it.
know, just a bit of a play around car.
Yep, yep. Quick release bars,
That's it.
a few zip ties from factory.
Mate, you got to have them. It's
Yeah.
not a drift car otherwise. Like,
100%.
I'm new to the drifting thing, but I felt weird, so I put them on. Like, I just,
Well, they're going to come off, no doubt.
oh, mate, if this thing doesn't blow bars, it's going to scrap.
I've got a feeling it's going to do that. The Maloo.
So this one's not mine.
Yep.
This is one of the other boys.
Yep. It's tough, though.
Yeah, just a Cam 6 litre. Does some power skids up the driveway, you might have seen.
Yeah. No, I wasn't actually paying attention, but I'll have a look.
The long roof, so
Yep.
that's currently getting one of those LSs that are over in the corner put
Yep,
in it.
very nice.
Power glide, it's got a 9-inch in it.
Yep.
Just a bit of a,
Leaf spring deal.
yeah, still going to stay leaf spring,
Yep.
coilovers in the front. I got Willwood brakes all around.
Yep.
Just a summer cruiser basically.
Cool cruiser. Sure.
Something cool, something old school.
Yep. Definitely old school.
Don't really have anything like that, so that's a bit of a work in progress.
Yep.
Another VX Senator.
What's the appeal with them for you, brother? You appear to love them.
Bro, just the shape, something about driving them.
Yep.
That's my thing.
Sure.
VX to VZ. I've had
That's
VFs,
you.
I've had VEs, I've had all sorts of HSVs, and I just keep coming back to this. It
Sure.
feels, I don't know, like the newer cars feel like they're a bit easy to drive. You got to think a little bit in these things.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
And they don't make many of them. Most of them are trashed or in a ditch or crash. So that's my jam.
That is the beautiful thing about some of those older cars is you have to have that driver feeling, whereas I feel like a lot of those newer cars, you don't get that, eh?
Man, anyone can go jump in a VF GTS and just go do a power skid and look like a cool guy. You know what I mean? You get something like this and put a bit of power into it and try to keep it nice and respectable. And
yeah, that's one thing I noticed about getting out of my VE and then jumping in the Fox body, and I was like, oh man, it shouldn't be that much harder to drive. But a completely different car.
Different car.
Apart from being on the other side of the road, or the seat, I should say. Yeah, dope, man. And obviously the jet ski for a bit of fun.
Yeah, that's just...
Are you close to the water here?
Yeah, man, like 5 minutes up the road, Jake, as well.
Yeah,
Straight in on the water.
Yep, cool.
That's just something to take kids out.
Yeah, of course.
Have a bit of fun. Supercharged, of course.
Of course. Now, brother, we've had a look at the cars. What do you do for a crust man to be able to afford all the struggle street? What's your jam?
Do electronic security.
Okay, so like home security and stuff?
Yeah, look, homes really aren't our forte anymore.
Yeah, okay.
The company started that way. Obviously, everyone starts somewhere.
Yep.
We do a lot of big biomedical, high-rises,
Yeah, wow.
government, hospitals, that kind of thing.
Sure.
Big commercial,
contracts.
big industrial jobs. But
So if someone has one of those, how do they find you?
man, sunstatesecurity.com.
Sunstatesecurity.com. Yep, cool.
You'll find us. Like
Yep.
I said, our specialty is large commercial, but we do a bit of everything.
Yep, sure. And like people look at that full time, like report to base sort of deal, or what's the go?
Yeah, for us it's everything from lift control, cameras,
Oh, right,
all
big
your swipe
stuff.
cards,
Sure.
like interlocking rooms,
Yep.
banks, vaults, you name it. All the electronic side of
Yep.
what you would consider.
Can you go to some of the banks and just sneak a few 50s, or what do you reckon?
There'd be a lot more cooler shit in here than dirty old Commodores, I can tell you that.
Brother, there's a few Mustangs here, that's cool.
Yeah.
Brother, a piece of advice you'd give yourself for 5 years ago, if you could.
Use all that negative energy that everyone throws towards you and just use it to step up.
Is there a story there?
Oh man, it's always like everyone, everyone's got their opinions, but
course.
you can't let them weigh you down, bro. Like I
100%.
feel like, the car scene's got a bit of it.
Yep.
Everyone in life's got a bit of it.
Yep.
If you are successful in life, someone's got to hate on you, and you
There's only one way you could do that, or...
That's it, man. Like, my biggest happy moments is seeing people succeed.
100%.
That's great, you know?
Yeah. Seeing
mates succeed.
I feel like it's an Australian thing more so. Is when we sort of have that tall poppy syndrome. If someone's doing better, people don't like to see you doing better than them.
Yeah, and like it's natural. People get jealous. They all want something better. Use that. Use that to keep forcing yourself.
But if you're there, you should be able to drag people up as well if they're willing to.
100%. A couple of days ago, took the young fella out. He put some pocket money towards it. We went down to the local shops, helped some families that were struggling for Christmas.
Nice.
Bought them their groceries and that kind of thing.
Fuck, that's cool.
And he chips in his pocket money because he's got to learn, man. When he gets pocket money, he loses tax, he loses consumables, fuel.
Now, do you tax him like the fucking tax man does here?
Oh, look, I'm a little bit more generous. I end up putting it back in his wallet after the fact.
Yeah.
But just to get him learning, man, like you got to learn business. That's what I think our school system lacks a little bit, man. If you're not, you're not taught how to live in the real world.
Well, they don't teach you any of that, man. They just teach you to listen to them. Be a factory worker. Don't fucking.
That's it.
Don't go out on
Turn
your own.
up, do as you're told, go home.
Yeah. Now, brother, 3 cars. I feel like you've got them all here in the shed, so this is almost void, this question. But a race car, a daily, and what I'm calling the fuck you car, man.
A daily would be a GT3 RS.
Ooh.
Purple, straight through exhaust, obnoxious, loud.
I've got some spare purple, bro, if you want.
Well, hey, I'm open to it.
It's not a bad
If
colour.
we can find a repairable write-off, I'll get it fixed.
What do you reckon? Just find like a track day and maybe just chuck some marbles or something out?
Look, it's...
They're a badass car.
They're a badass car, but they don't come up for sale here very often. They're very hard to get allocations for them.
What is it with them?
So it's just always been the RS in the Porsches, just obnoxious.
Sure.
I'm a little bit obnoxious, some people love it, some people hate it. I'm a little bit loud sometimes.
Give them something to talk about.
But, it is what it is. Like, you don't hide who you are.
Yeah.
And that, for me, that'd just love them.
Yeah, sick.
The shape.
Yeah.
Race style, it's a street-driven race car.
It's a street, literally.
And that's my jam.
Yeah, that's it. So, that almost answers the daily question as well, but for a daily, what would you have?
Well, it's hard because I daily a 2500, so...
We're looking at that before, man. That is pimping, eh?
Yeah, man, I don't know.
How do you go parking it? Because it's not massive as such, but
look,
it is big.
You get used to it.
Yeah.
You could just be spatial aware that you're not going to fit in every car park.
Or just start parking sideways across them, brother.
Mate, I've probably been on a couple of your Facebook posts before with some
I've never seen that one.
Two-car car parking, but...
I have never seen that one.
You get used to it.
Yeah.
Don't be a dick, and
sure.
people won't door ding you, hopefully.
Yeah, man, this is a big car. It's very menacing. Yep. Now, the fuck you car.
68 Dodge Challenger.
Standard, or what would you do?
RT.
Yeah.
Just, once again, plum crazy purple.
Same as what Don Toretto, sorry, went.
Yeah. That kind of, maybe not the screw blown motor.
Twin turbo 481X, maybe?
If we get a spare one laying around at some stage.
I'm sure. I'm
Sponsors,
surprised.
come on
Yeah,
board.
There could be something. There could be something there. Maybe Andy's probably got one floating around somewhere, wouldn't he?
Oh, I don't know about that.
Yeah. Bro, so you're not going to make Kenda round 1. You're going to make Kenda round 2. Are you just going to do the 8th mile stuff with the Mustang, or what are you thinking?
It's hard with these cars to gear. You're either gearing them for 8th or you're gearing them for quarter.
Yep.
There's not a lot available for the quarter mile gearing. Like, obviously everything comes out of America. They're all 8th mile racing. Like,
I feel like it's more competitive, the 8th mile stuff anyway.
it is, because you got no chance to run it out the back door. If you don't got your shit right at the start line, there's nothing.
Yep.
Whereas,
So much less wear and tear on the cars.
Correct. But the support for this stuff in Australia is not there.
Yeah.
You know,
is it getting better?
it's getting better, but at the end of the day, it's all got to come from America. The conversion dollar's crap.
Yeah. I feel like we're about 5 years behind them, hey, in terms of like
it's an economy of scale, right?
Yeah.
There's 330 million people in America. There's 25 million in Australia. Like, you know.
You watch some of their racing and it's like a Monday night or a Tuesday night, a test day, and there's fucking 10,000 people there.
Their tracks get used every day.
Yeah.
That's how they can be good. That's how they can be consistent.
Yeah.
You know.
Crazy, eh?
We're lucky here. Willowbank's back open after being closed for however long it was.
Yeah, and
it's,
even
it's
then we
a
don't
good
get to
track.
race. We don't even get to race that often there.
Nah.
So.
I think they're doing test and tunes now, but obviously, you know, we can't take the Fox body or all this out there. That's
How do you reckon we can change that, man?
without a lot of dollars in pockets.
Yeah.
Man, it's going to be hard, but
for races that because, you know, like we'll spend any amount of money to go to the racetrack to get racing.
100%. I think the new management at Willowbank has started turning things around a lot.
Yeah.
I'm seeing a lot of good stuff come out. You know, they're starting to put test and tunes and that kind of thing back on.
Even like those, for an example, like if we do a test and tune beforehand, like let's say the test and tune's 7 till 10 or whatever it is, why don't they put on a private hire beforehand?
Man, that might be something that we have to look at.
Willowbank, if there's any of you watching this, do it.
There's a lot of us that would pay
it.
good money to
100%.
to get
I
it
feel
out
like
there.
if someone said to us, we have this date every month, you'd guarantee to get 20 cars every time because everyone needs to test.
You got to test, and because it's hard. What you test when you turn up the day before a Kenda?
Fuck no. I mean, we do because we have to.
You have to, but the problem is you got a Kenda prep. You're not going to get a Kenda prep everywhere. You're not going to get a Kenda prep at Jambo.
How do we get around that? Because I feel like Andy was saying, the prep in America versus the prep here is it's the same deal, but it's completely different.
I think we're just not there. We don't have the support. We don't have the backing for us to go buy a Kenda VHT. You know, as you would know, is
it's expensive.
it's a lot of money.
Especially if they're pouring it down, they've got 50,000 entrants.
Correct.
But the dream, it's free.
Bro, you got to keep. If you don't hustle, you're not going to get there.
That's unfortunate, brother. Thanks for coming on for another episode of In the Sheds. Is there anything we haven't covered today, brother? You want to throw out there?
Nah, I think we're pretty good, man.
Yep. Where can we see this thing next?
Which one?
Well, Uncivil.
Well, maybe come out for a Mexico run.
Sure.
Over the border.
Definitely not condoning street racing on this channel, but
At all.
Yeah.
At all.
So that's a private
Safety
close
first.
road.
That's why we have race cars.
Of course.
But yeah.
You get it out much?
Look, lately hasn't been as much as I'd like to.
I feel like it's too hot. You got aircon in this or not? Nah.
Nah.
It's too hot for cars at the moment.
Yeah, I think it would have been broken a long time ago.
I sort of miss the street car stuff, hey?
To be honest, man, I sometimes enjoy getting in a less powerful car that makes 500-600 horsepower and just being able to turn the aircon on, go blaze some tyres, and then cruise to the pub. Not have to worry about if I'm going to break something, where the next E85 stop is.
What's that noise? Fuck. Yeah. How much tyre have I got left?
Yep. What cop's going to pull me over and pull me off the road?
But that thing's pretty sedate. Like, it doesn't look too obnoxious.
And that was the whole gist of it.
Yep.
Keep it looking as sedate as possible and fly under the radar.
Of course. Just looks immaculate. Would you ever do a summer nats in it?
Probably not. I feel like summer nats has kind of gone a bit on the bogan side of things lately.
Feral.
We spend a lot of money on these cars to go down and have someone pushing on it, leaning on it, thrashing it.
Well, that's what they're saying. It's like you don't take your missus or your car there because they're both going to get fucked.
Me and the missus have been down to Summer Nats.
Yep.
Probably 2017, 2018.
Yep.
Great time. I've got a couple of mates going now for this next one. But like I said, I love this car too much. I would build a Commodore and put a blower on, take it down there. Something I wouldn't care about if people are leaning on it and stuff. But the last couple of years, it's gotten a little bit out of control.
Yeah. I'm actually going for the first time this summer nats. I've never gone before. So every year for about 10 years, I'm like, I'm going next year.
So it's hot during the day, cold at night, alcoholic slushies, you'll be fine.
Yeah, sure. we got a place like in the thick of it, like an Airbnb.
Yep.
And I'm not going to say too much to ruin what's coming for the next videos, but fuck, you don't want to miss what's going to happen because there's some shenanigans. Yeah. A lot of street racing and stuff potentially.
A lot of street racing. Saturday night
in Mexico.
There's some there's a lot of Mexico happening, and it's very well organised. The last time I was down there, to be honest.
Yeah. I've been yelling to a few people.
You've got to keep the eye out because the Mexican federales are quite onto it these days.
Yeah, sure. I think the politicians even said they're going to build a car on taxpayer money too.
So they should. We should get something back for our tax dollars, right?
What do you reckon they'd build?
Mate, I think a Caprice, right? Aussie luxury. They used to have them everywhere down there.
The limo.
Yeah, why not?
Nah, cool. Brother, thank you very much for coming on, man. It's been an absolute pleasure. Looking forward to getting in the lanes with you, bro, with the Mustang.
Man, I can't wait. Mustang v Mustang, just
old
40 years
new.
apart.
I feel like the technology's advanced just a little bit more.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Yep.
But it'll be good. Neither of us have really gotten a hang of anything yet. I've not even run it yet, so...
Well, that might work in my favour for the first couple of them.
Well,
should we maybe put a few bets on for the first couple of races?
I'm down.
Done? Sick.
I'm down.
You heard it here first. I'm taking the 100, brother.
Got to put your money where your mouth is, man.
100%.
That's it.
I did the same thing with Andy when we were having a couple of races, and obviously didn't want to get too much on the camera, but I was like, mate, we'll chuck a 50 on it. Yeah, cool. He didn't want to bet. I ended up taking a 50 with Tony, and he still would have fucking driven out of my life, but his car had a bit of a mishap at the start, so he just got off it. But mate, he paid up. There's $100, I think it was. So win was a win. I took it.
Everyone's good in that kind of thing.
It was one of those things I saw. We had a race, and I was like, man, this is like a monumental moment for me. It was, I'm in a Fox body, he's in his Fox body, he built my car, or the shop built the car. So just to be together.
And two badass Fox bodies too.
Yeah.
Turbo deal, blower deal.
I was actually going good, like those test days, I was getting quicker and quicker, and then all of a sudden I was out, I got the jump on it, and then I saw him come past me like I was fucking going backwards.
And at the time, he was probably struggling a little bit.
Well, that was one pass he went down, but he did turn it down quite a bit, but still drove out of my life.
Out of your life. Yeah.
But I was never more happy to lose a race than just see the back of his taillights because of that.
Mate, and Andy, Danny, the boys down at Spot On, good crew.
It's like a family, eh?
It is. The Spot On family, that's...
Yeah. At the track, there's a big presence, there's all the kids, there's the wives, you know.
That's it. Everyone's welcome, everyone's, you know, good bunch of guys.
And they'll have a good water after the race.
Mate, there's a lot of shenanigans going after, you know.
We won't talk about that.
We'll keep that.
Awesome, brother. Thank you very much for coming on, man. Appreciate it.
Cool, mate.
Thank you.
Have a good one.